Wait, that's not a bridge rising out of the water. That's a wall, built to hold back the entire Adriatic Sea. 78 steel gates, hidden underwater until Venice needs them. Then they rise and the sea stops. It costs $6 to $7 billion, more than triple what Italy first promised. And in the years since it started working, it's already been raised almost 100 times. This is MOSE. And Venice still needs it more, not less, every single year. Venice, 118 islands, a UNESCO World Heritage City built entirely on wooden piles driven into mud over 1,500 years ago. In November 2019, one storm put 85% of the entire city underwater in a matter of hours. Tourists waded through St. Mark's Square. Residents pulled out boats instead of boots. That flood is the reason this video exists. 1966. A catastrophic flood devastates Venice, drowning the historic center and destroying priceless art and archives. Italy starts asking a question it can't ignore. How do you save a city that was never built to survive the sea it sits in? By the 1980s and 90s, the plan has a name: MOSE, Modulo Sperimentale Elettromeccanico, officially launched in 2003. Original cost, about 4.2 billion euros. Original finish date, 2011. Neither number survives what comes next. Here's what they actually built. 78 hinged steel panels, each weighing up to 300 tons, installed across the 3 inlets connecting Venice's lagoon to the open Adriatic Sea, Lido, Malamocco, and Chioggia. Most of the time, they lie flat on the seabed, invisible. Ships pass over them like they aren't there. When a flood tide is forecast, compressed air pumps into the gates, forcing the seawater out. The panels rotate upward from the seabed floor, sealing the lagoon off from the sea in about 30 minutes. A wall that only exists when Venice actually needs one. It's one of the only systems like it on Earth. Not even the Dutch, legendary for holding back the sea, have built anything quite like it. 2014. A massive corruption scandal breaks open. Dozens of officials and politicians arrested. Tens of millions of euros allegedly siphoned from the project over years through bribes and fraudulent contracts. Construction stalls. Public trust collapses. The 2011 deadline already gone. The project survives, but under new oversight, years behind schedule and far over budget. What was supposed to be a straightforward engineering job becomes a symbol of everything that can go wrong in a mega project. Not underground rock, not rising tides, but the people running it. By completion, the price has climbed to roughly 5.5 billion euros, somewhere around $6 to $7 billion, depending on the exchange rate, more than triple the original estimate. Every delay costs money. Every redesign costs money. Every scandal costs money. No version of this project came in on budget or on time, and while it was still being built, the sea didn't wait. Climate change accelerated faster than the original 1980s design accounted for. Engineers today are openly asking whether a barrier designed decades ago was built tall enough for the sea Venice actually faces now. October 3rd, 2020. A high tide forecast at over 4 feet, normally enough to submerge half the city. The gates rise. Venice stays dry. For the first time in the city's history, a flood that should have happened didn't. Here's what the celebration didn't show you. The gates aren't a one-time fix. They're a machine that has to run forever, every single time the sea threatens the city. By the end of 2024, the barrier had been raised close to 100 times since 2020, 25 times in 2023, 28 in 2024, already climbing, year over year. Every single raising costs money. Maintenance and cleaning alone now runs over 60 million euros a year. Marine life physically attaches itself to the underwater gates, adding weight, threatening the machinery that has to lift them. And there's a trade-off no one likes talking about. Sealing the lagoon off during high tides also blocks the natural flush of seawater the lagoon's ecosystem depends on. Protecting the city and protecting the lagoon are now pulling in different directions, and nobody has solved that yet. $6 to $7 billion spent. More than triple the original estimate. 78 steel gates. Protecting a city that's flooded for over 1,500 years, raised nearly 100 times since 2020, and climbing every single year since. Italy built a wall to stop the sea, and for now, it's working. But every time those gates rise, they're proof of something else too. Venice isn't winning against the water. It's just buying more time. Is $6 to $7 billion and a wall you have to raise nearly 100 times in 4 years a real solution, or just a very expensive way to delay the inevitable? Tell me your take in the comments. If you want to see the next impossible build, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell.